To assemble the switch, just this is what it looks like when it's done. Right, the sheath slides into the top of the switch, and I just finished printing these, and I put them together, and then I realized, oh, I should make a video on how to put it together. So this is the sheath. There's a little sort of notch on the bottom there, and that aligns with a little notch on the top of the switch body. So just the way to insert it is like this. Get it aligned, and you'll see that there's a little bit of an angle on the sheath. That's to make it easier to insert. So you put it in at a bit of an angle like that, and then you press down on it, and it should snap in. Now don't press too hard or you break the top of the switch. I made this thin on purpose so that light would shine through if you used a clear filament, but that's actually a parametric. You can make it as thick or thin as you want. Another thing too is this has a nice taper to it, so if you put it in like a switch tester, you should be able to get it out with your fingernails or a similar tool pretty easily. And then the stem, which should be nice and smooth, goes in like this. Well, it's hard to do with two hands, but get close here so you can see. Just slide it in like this. It needs to be just a little bit lower than the notches on the side. Ugh. This is very hard to do with one hand. Trust me, it's easy. Just doing it with one hand is very difficult. Alright. Alright, putting this down. Let's do it this way. There we go. So get it sticking through like that, and then as you push it in, it should snap, and then it's in there. Piece of cake. And when you print the spring, it'll look like this. Something like this is an older one. I don't know what the hell, which one this is. It just happened to be sitting here. You get it, and you turn it in. After you've cleaned it off, I didn't clean this one off. It'll have a little bit of stringies. You just turn it inside out, like so, and it should look something like that. And then you take your keycap, find there's one end that's a little bit bigger than the other. I should have one that's cleaned off, but so this one looks like it's this end. This end's a little bit fatter than the other end. Man, this string is way too strong. I don't know why I made this one. Let me get a different one. Just a second. Okay, so you can see this end is a little bit fatter than the other end, and it just goes on here like this. It's hard to do it in front of the camera, and normally you want it sideways like this, and you should be able to feel it snap as you press on it. But you can actually turn it either way, and you can actually rotate it once it's already on here too. So we're going to put that on there, and now we've got our key switch. Now if you were actually going to use this with a reed switch, before you go and assemble it, you can slide a magnet into the stem there, and that's a 3 by 1.5 millimeter magnet. It should slide right into the stem. There's a little slot for it there. And if you stick it in the wrong way, there's actually a hole on this side of the stem where you can push it out with like a pin. Flip it around for your Hall effect sensor or your reed switch. For a reed switch, it wouldn't matter. But for Hall effect sensor, it does have an orientation. So that's how you put the switch together. And there's little notches on the sides here. And those correspond to like your typical cherry switch tester. So you'd want to put it in like this, and typically you put it in before you get the put the keycap on there, because if you push too hard on the sheath, it can actually crack the top of the switch body. But there you go. Sorry about the video. Just put this together real quick so I could demonstrate how to put it together, how to snap it into stuff. And like I said, it's easier if you push the switch into whatever you're going to stick it into before you put the keycap on. That way you're not pushing too hard on the stem, because you can pop right through there. And like I said, that's only because of the parameters that I've chosen for this. And this is my first time using it and printing it in this blue. It's really smooth. It's eSun Blue, PETG. And if you really want it to be smooth, put a little bit of super lube. You know, take a piece of filament and apply some super lube on either side there, and then shove it in the just shove it through the spring there and get the flat section with a little bit of super lube. Just a smidge is all it takes. And that's the spring. That's my 3D printable switch.